Hello everyone, welcome to Learning from Home channel. Now in this video we are going to talk about advanced table. Now in advanced table we talk about how to rename table, how to resize table, slicer for table, remove duplicate or duplicated files. So let's remove duplicate and now convert to range. So let's first talk about how to rename table. Now this is a raw data here, and the previous video we talked about how to create a table with this raw data. Now in order to create a table, just click on any part, then Ctrl plus T. Okay, so you can now select the table that you want to create. Now let's start from here. Okay, so alright, so we have a table. So there's a table, okay, and okay, so let's clear this. Okay, so now you have a table being created. If you don't want to click on Ctrl plus T, just click on the data or the cell and go to insert and now click on the table to create the table for you. Alright, so now let's go to how can you rename table. So click on the table. As soon as you click on the table, check the ribbon tabs. You see we have table tab, click on it. Now if you have table name, so you can now click, so let's make it, this is customer, so this is customer. Okay, now why do you have to create table name? Why do you have to rename table? Because let's say you have a lot of tables around, or you have a lot of data here or tables, and you want to just figure out the specific table that you want. You don't need to just be scrolling through to just check the table that you want. You just click on this, that's the name range here. Click on this, that's the name box, and now click on your table name, and the table is going to be highlighted for you. So that is a way to rename table, and you rename so you can pinpoint to the exact table that you want when you choose a name from this name box as well. So that's a way to rename. If you want to rename this again, just click on the table and now click on table ribbon. Now your table name, you can just customize it or rename it over here again. Alright, now let's go to how to resize table. How can you resize table? Well, there are two ways. One is put the cursor at the bottom right of the table. As soon as it turns to this sign, press and hold the left button. Now you can just drag to just resize the table. Okay, so you can just drag to resize the table. So let's say you want this shape, and you can resize the table. Okay, so now you have this table. Now what makes us know it is table now? Now when you click at this place, you can see there's no table tab being added. But as you click inside this place, you can see now there's a table tab here. So this means that this side now is a table, and these are the raw data here. So you can just clear them out. You can just clear them out because they are not part of the table. So you have resized the table. Alright, so that is the other way. Now let's get to know the other way as well. Now without using this one, click on any cell within the table. Now click on the table tab. You see when using the other versions, you see there's a button here called resize table. Now this, I'm not having it over here, but in the other versions, so you may see it over here. So you can just click on the resize table, and it's going to perform the same function as this one here to just do it. But when you have this, why would you have to struggle and go for this when you have this here? So when you have this, you can just use this one to resize the table, or you can just click on the table, any cell, go to the table tab, and now click on the resize table around the side. If you found it in yours, then you can resize the table as well. Okay, so now and also the other one is if you want to just resize the table, let's say you want to get rid of this column, just highlight the column and you can just delete it. You can just delete the column here. Okay, so delete entire column. So when you click that, it means now this is off. You can delete this as well. That's also a way to just resize it as well. So they have numerous ways to resize. So you choose from any that suits your interest. Now let's go for the next one. That is the slicer for table. What is slicer? That is, let's say you have a huge data in this table here, and you don't want to be just using this filter, okay, to just arrange them. How can you do that without using this filter? That's called a slicer. So the slicer is a good looking interface that allows you to just fish out or just sort your data without using these filter options. So in order to just activate the slicer, click on any cell within the table. Now go to table and click on insert slicer. So you can see that these are the columns. So we have column 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you just select all the columns over here, then click on OK. So as soon as you click on OK, you can see now you choose from their slicer views over here. So you can choose. So you can see that I selected all the 4 columns, so I have 4 columns here. Okay, but I can decide to just delete any. So click on this, and now click on the delete. So click on delete, highlight it, and click on delete, and click on delete. Okay, so you're done. You can just go to. So let's say you want to clear filter. Okay, so now you can just select any. So as soon as you just select all the columns in the slicer, it's going to pop up the various columns in the slicer. Okay, so you can decide to just pick the one that you want to just work from. So let's say I want to choose the column 1. So insert slicer, and I just highlight only or select only the column 1. Now when I have this, I can just choose any style. That is styles over here, slicer styles, and just choose any slicer styles to just, so you can see it's over here, choose any of these styles as well. Now when then you have the name, that the column 1 contains for the name, so you can decide to just choose. Now Ghana is going to select only Ghana, and choose Benin, the same thing, Ivory Coast, water and total and everything over here. Okay, so this is a nice and beautiful interface here that can enable you to just have a sorting in the table without clicking on these filters. So with this too, you can increase the size, you can resize it. Okay, you can just resize or increase or decreases the size as well. Okay, so that is a way to use the slicer. Now when I can just click on the slicer, now click on delete button to just take it off. Now let's go to how to remove duplicates. Now duplicates are the unwanted or the duplicated data or data in the table. So you can see now you have this, that's an empty cell, we have empty cell. So one is the original and one is a copy. Okay, so we have 3 empty cells. Now when you check this Ghana here, you have the same Ghana column 2 GH January 1st, right, 1420. Now when you check the same thing, you have it over here, January 1st, 1420. So you see that Ghana here has popped up 3 times and you have duplicate. So one is the original and the 2 other is duplicate, right? So how can you remove this duplicate from this table? Now it's going to remove all the duplicate. Those that has appeared more than 1 is going to appear, take off the rest remaining 1. So when we are done, we see we have only 1 left. The empty space, we have only 1. And the Ghana 2, you're going to have only 1. And if there's another data that has appeared more than 1, you can see it's going to take it off and we have only 1 left. So now click on any cell in the table. Now click on the table button or the table tab. Now click on remove duplicate. So when I click on that, now it asks you, so select all. Now click on OK. So it tells you 4 duplicate values found and removed, 8 unique values remained. Okay, so when I click on OK, so you can see that now only 1 empty space is left, and now Ghana has appeared only once here. So that's the way to remove duplicate as well. Now the last one is convert to range. How can you convert this to range? Now converting means removing or untable this data. You see this data in the table right now. When you convert this to range, it turns to a raw fact, okay, not in the table. So what makes you know it is in the table? Click on any cell. Now we see we have column headings, and as soon as you click on any of the cells, you can see we have a table tab being added. So it means this data is in the table. So, but when you click and there's no data tab added, it means it is not in the table. Okay, so how can you convert this to that form? Click on any cell. Now go to convert to range. So you can see now what's here. Here we have table here. As soon as you click, when you click this side, there's no table. As soon as you click any of the cell within the table, you can see you have the table tab over here. Now let's go to convert to range. Now do you want to convert? Yes. So now it's gone. So let's click here. There's no table tab. Now click here. there's no table tab. So now this becomes a raw data on an Excel sheet that you can just create a table with it. Alright, so that is it for today. So today we've talked about the advanced table, how to rename table, resize, slicer for table, remove duplicate, and convert to range. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.